I'm Mary.
And hi, I'm Keith. And this is Lily.
Together we moved onto Goodhart Acres, our property located in the high desert of southern Colorado, just outside of a small town called Wilsonburg.
We now live in a camper as we begin to homestead this 40-acre tract and begin to prepare for and build our unconventional housing. Welcome to our good adventure. Glad you are here.
Be sure to watch the video all the way to the end to see a blooper.
So these kind of straps that I'm putting on here are ones left over from me truck driving. They're special made for hauling cars or vans. I bought them to haul vans, minivans, but they're special ones that I've bought, and I'm using them on the tires. But because of the wheel well, I have to do some rearranging on the back.
Only truck drivers would have stuff like this. Hi everybody.
Hello.
We thought today we would talk about the alternative housing that we're wanting to build, and I appreciate all the comments I got. We got lots of feedback on that, and maybe we would go over each guess that people came up with, and maybe give you an idea of what our thinking was on the types of housing and why we chose not to or chose to.
So I just want to say before we go through all these that we did spend quite a bit of time considering a lot of different types of housing, and so that's why we can go through these and give you what our thinking is of why we didn't choose or chose or considered, and how we considered what we did before we made a final decision. So with that said, Mary has a list here, as she said, about the different types that were guessed when she requested them, what the you people thought we were going to build.
Okay, so we could start with shipping containers. We had a few guesses on that. We did sort of, we watched YouTube videos and stuff about people using shipping containers, and it did look appealing, actually, just because of the sustainability and the you reusing things. But there was also some negatives about shipping containers. And what did you think, Keith?
Well, when we started looking into shipping containers, my biggest concern, one of my biggest concerns, was that they're pretty skinny. They're only 8 feet wide. Actually, they're not. The outside is 8 feet or 8.5 feet. I think they're 8 feet. I think they're 96 inches. And that makes them pretty skinny rooms where you can make them long, but they're not as functional as we wanted. And we originally thought the cost would be pretty good because you can get shipping containers at a fairly decent cost. But as we saw people building with them, we found out that the costs quickly rise while you try to modify the containers to do what you want to do, to go from room to room, put a door in it, whatever on the sides, windows in it. Those things all became rather pricey compared to what we...
Some people were using cranes to pick them up, and that sounds pricey.
Yeah, so the cost is not as simplistic as it sounds originally as we looked into it.
And I think it was pretty labor intensive, and we're not young people, so we have to take that into consideration, how much work, how long will it take us to get into that?
And that's one of our major concerns in all of these that we're going to go through, is how labor intensive they are and how difficult they may or may not be to work with. So that's the shipping containers.
Yes, and then a person suggested adobe brick or cob house, and that's close to what we like, what we want.
It's getting closer. Cob houses, I like cob houses.
Yeah.
And we just weren't sure that was for us for some reason. I don't know the exact reason off the top of my head.
Well, I think compared to what we did choose, it's also a little bit more labor intensive, and but it is, as far as what is that?
The thermal mass.
The thermal, yes. The thermal is...
Thermal mass is good on a cob house and on adobe brick. Adobe brick, I don't remember how heavy it is, but it's relatively heavy to work with compared to what we're choosing. So, what else were you going to say?
That was it. You got it. And then somebody mentioned modular homes. I think a couple of people suggested that. And I have looked at modular homes, and they're gorgeous, beautiful. And that would be awesome. But again, cost, I think, is a factor. And I don't know. You said it's not round.
I told her that we were going round.
I know. But that was one of your things.
That was also one of the things of shipping containers that I didn't mention, because
right.
we are building a round house.
Which brings us to the next one, which people said yurt. And actually, when we very first started talking about this, we did want to use a yurt.
Yes, we looked at two in specific types, and one of them is the next one down, which is the Earthship. And the yurt and the Earthship were at the top of our list originally. And I'm not trying to combine the two, it's just that I wanted to mention that. Yurts, part of the problem with yurts are they're hard to get, and I know that's possible, but they're hard to get any kind of, they're hard to heat, they're hard to cool.
Mm-hmm.
They're very thin. You can get an Arctic package, but you still have to have a lot of heat. The thermal mass in them is not very good, and to be able to make them in any area, we find out that local laws require a certain amount of insulation and so forth that yurts oftentimes don't have, and you have to deal with that sometimes some places. And we made all these decisions before we found the land, before we knew what the local laws were, but we also knew that was common, that local laws would restrict some of the things that we didn't know how restricted we'd be or how lenient they'd be. And but the biggest problem with them was the fact that they're hard to they have no thermal mass, and by the time you added the insulation and everything to them, you might take away from the yurt effect of the entire thing.
And I think that we want this to be our permanent home, and a yurt is more of a temporary type thing, you know. I think it's considered something you can put together and take apart, so it's kind of mobile.
Not always, but most of the time.
I mean, you can use it either way, and but we did like the roundness of it, and we like the having the skylight and the dome, kind of the shape of it. And the Earthship, what I really loved about the Earthship is the sustainability of that, and how everything, you use everything, you know, your water gets recycled, everything. And but that looked very labor intensive, and very expensive. It would take us years to build something like that.
I'm not into pounding a lot of dirt into tires.
Yeah, and we're just not, you know.
We wanted something that would go up relatively
something that
quickly.
we could do. It's possible that we could do.
And go up quickly so that we had a place to live. Earthships, which I don't know of any Earthships in Colorado. There's a lot of them in New Mexico. That seems to be where the biggest community of them are.
Yeah.
And you spend time going to scavenging a lot of the stuff that you put in there, which is great stuff. Great ways of recycling and reusing and repurposing things. I really like the Earthships, but they are very, very labor intensive and very time consuming to build. So
I think there would be some expense involved too. And then the last one, I hope I didn't miss anybody. The last one was the log cabin kit, which log cabins are beautiful. And they would definitely, the thermal factor would be good, I would imagine.
somewhat.
And they're very durable and
Gorgeous.
yeah, they're very pretty. But again, labor intensive, expense, and can we do it? Yeah. So actually nobody guessed it, but we have given you some more hints.
And we will say it will be round.
Yeah.
It will be round because I don't know, we're just sort of
We sort of feel drawn to the round effect.
right to the round effect, and so I can't go. Mary can't put me in the corner if I'm in trouble if I have a roundhouse.
And I think we both are like the round peg that's been tried to put in the square hole. Both of us, right?
Yeah, I think so, in many ways.
And so now we want the round. We're gonna go where we're supposed to go, which is in the roundhouse.
And not a railroad roundhouse where the engine.
Is that a thing?
Oh yeah, the engine you put in because a train that used to not be able to go backwards. So you put it in a roundhouse, turn the engine around, and then you bring it back up, put the train back in.
Well, anyway.
So yeah, it's going to be a roundhouse, and it will. I'll give you another. Don't know if this is going to give you any ideas of what we're building, but we're going to face the main door east.
Right.
To the equinox, and that's just one of our things as well.
And we're trying to think about nature and how do we blend in with the land, and you know, the feng shui kind of things, you know. I don't know. That's, yeah, we're just trying to be open about things. But I really appreciate the
So keep guessing.
participation that you guys did, and really good guesses. And somebody said something about the view was $1 million, and that, thank you so much. That was awesome. Yeah, keep guessing. We've got it narrowed down.
We got it narrowed down, and now you know the shape of it. We will be plotting it out here shortly, maybe before the end of this video. I don't know.
It depends on how much energy we have.
Right now, we're actually in Montana doing our last load back. This is the very, very last load that we have to pull out of here, and so we'll be plotting out. We'll have more time to start plotting out the thing and getting everything ready, and going on with the house here very, very shortly. We have to go back and finish the shed that we started, which is important to us, and then we will be plotting out the house and getting the outside sewage and cistern plotted out as well, and then we have to wait on county permits and so forth.
We're not sure what that's going to be like.
Engineer stamps, because it's in the county that we're in, or in Colorado in general, when it's unconventional housing, you have to have it stamped on every page by an engineer, and that'll be one of our steps coming up soon. And it will be an interesting project, and I'll give you another hint that we will be learning how to do this, and
Yeah.
we will be building this with our own two hands.
Yeah.
There will not be a contractor coming in to do the actual build. We are the contractors. Colorado allows us to be the general contractor, which means we can hire out or we can do it ourselves. So with that in mind, you can say that if we're doing it, it's going to be relatively less labor intensive.
Yes.
And hopefully a very quick and inexpensive way to build a house, but yet we'll have what we want and what we feel is good for us. And will last many, many years. Not something that's going to fall down in 5 years.
So this was our last trip to Billings. We came to pick up my car, and we also decided to spend one day visiting with friends and
Doing our final goodbyes.
saying our goodbyes. So it's kind of been a visiting kind of day, and it's kind of surreal actually, because when we were at the storage unit, like there's none of our stuff is in there anymore, and the only thing left is my car. So we did a lot of things in that storage unit, and it's just kind of making the whole thing more real. So we're still wrapping our head around the fact that we even did this. So, and my friends were saying, we can't believe you did that. You said you were going to do it and you did it. So I don't know. It's just one of those things. It's a huge life change for the two of us, but so far there have been times when it's been hard, but we love it, and we're really glad we did it. I'm really glad we did it.
And if you live in Billings and you're one of our friends that we have not had a chance to visit and say goodbye
Yeah.
to, we apologize, but we have a certain amount of time and we can't get to everybody all at once
Yeah.
in one day. So we've had to pick people that we haven't seen in a longer time than the other people.
Yeah.
So we apologize.
And we will come back.
We will be back to visit, but we won't be.
It'll be for visiting, not for picking stuff up and
being on a time schedule, as big of a time schedule.
And the other thing that this trip represents is now we can put our focus completely
on the land.
On the land and getting our housing built and the things that we need. And instead of in the back of our mind planning for another trip to go to Billings, and which is very expensive and very time consuming, and
Keeps us a little out of balance.
yeah.
Keeps us actually not more. It keeps me a lot out of balance, having to juggle all this.
Yeah.
And now I can follow my purpose
Yeah.
and be more in balance, hopefully, or get back in balance, and be more attentive to what is next instead of what is down the road or what has happened in the past. Be more attentive to what's going on right now.
It's like having 1 foot in Montana and 1 foot in Colorado.
And
Now we're
we'll
going to have
2
both feet
in
in
Colorado. So we will be back there in the next day or two. About 2 days away. We'll leave tomorrow morning. It will be 2 days down because we never drive this in one day, even though it's possible as an ex-truck driver that I could. I'm done with that kind of pushing it on driving. If I do 400 miles a day, that's plenty. It's 750 miles down there. So anyway, enough of that. We're done in Billings. We are moving out of here tomorrow for the final time. We'll be back to visit more people as we can, and apologize to those who we could not get to.
Yes.
And when we've been up here moving because we've been on such time limits.
And thank you for sticking with us.
Yes, and continue to watch, share.
We have a lot more coming.
Share the videos with your friends so we can get more subscribers and we can get more information out to other people that might inspire them. Ring the bell, subscribe, and give us a thumbs up. I know.
Maybe we need to use this one instead.
Well,
Okay. Here's the outdoor shower. Paul tied it down nicely while we were gone and used better tie downs, or tent pegs, I guess you could say. So the wind has not blown it over. And yeah, so
we're making some, I'm going to make some improvements on this today, I hope. It's still kind of weedy, so I thought I would weed. Alright, this is a suggestion from one of you out there. There. See what that's like.
And so I wrote down, there was a lot of people that said shipping containers, and I guess we did sort of consider that at one point because we, yeah, I'll cut it out. Why?
Because I think before we go into this, I want to say something.
Okay.
If you like our channel, please hit the subscribe button, ring the bell, and gift us with an awesome thumbs up. It doesn't cost anything and it helps us so much. Thank you all for watching and have a peaceful, good heart day.